Cuba, just the name whispers a story. A story of revolution, resilience, and rhythm. I'm talking cobblestone streets, salsa music spilling from doorways, and the scent of hand-rolled cigars lingering in the air. This ain't your average beach vacation, folks. This is Cuba, and it's ready to show you its soul. We're going deep into the heart of this island nation, from the Spanish colonial streets of Trinidad to the revolutionary spirit of Santiago de Cuba. Get ready to explore hidden waterfalls, wander through tobacco fields, and feel the pulse of Havana's vibrant art scene. Are you with me? Cuba is a country frozen in time, in the best way possible. Imagine strolling through squares where musicians strum guitars that have seen decades of stories, where dominoes click with the rhythm of the day, and the aroma of strong coffee fills the air. It's like stepping into a postcard from another era. But don't be fooled by the vintage charm. We'll be exploring the crumbling grandeur of Havana, the city that refuses to let go of its past. Get ready to experience a culture that's as warm and inviting as the Caribbean sun itself. Yeah, Cuba's got beaches, and yeah, they're pretty damn spectacular. But this journey, this is about so much more than just catching some rays. We're diving head first into the soul of Cuba, into the heart of its music, its art, its history. Imagine hiking to hidden waterfalls in the heart of the jungle, the roar of the water drowning out all other sounds. Picture yourself standing in the shadow of Che Guevara's legacy, feeling the weight of history all around you. And trust me, it's an experience you won't soon forget. Our first stop takes us to Trinidad, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that feels like a time capsule from the Spanish colonial era. Imagine cobblestone streets echoing with the clip-clop of horse-drawn carriages. Pastel-colored houses with wrought iron balconies seem to whisper secrets from centuries past. Time moves a little slower here in Trinidad, inviting you to savor every moment, every sight, every sound. Trinidad is a feast for the eyes, a riot of color that explodes against the backdrop of the azure Caribbean sky. Mustard yellow, terracotta red, cobalt blue, the buildings seem to compete for your attention, each one more vibrant than the last. Wander through the Plaza Mayor, the heart of the historic center, and soak in the atmosphere. This is Trinidad, a place where life spills out onto the streets, and every corner holds a new surprise. Step inside the Museo de Arquitectura Colonial, housed in a beautifully preserved 18th century mansion. Intricately carved wooden ceilings, cool tiled floors, and grand courtyards offer a glimpse into the opulent lifestyle of Trinidad's sugar barons. Walk along Calle Simón Bolívar, one of Trinidad's most charming streets, lined with art galleries, craft shops, and inviting cafes. Here, the past and present intertwine seamlessly, creating an atmosphere that's both nostalgic and vibrantly alive. Just a short drive from Trinidad lies Playa Anca, a stretch of pristine white sand lapped by the turquoise waters of the Caribbean Sea. Escape the heat of the day with a refreshing dip in the ocean, or simply relax on the beach, soaking up the sun and the tranquility. As the sun begins its descent, casting a golden glow over the water, treat yourself to a refreshing mojito and savor the magic of this Caribbean paradise. From the colonial charm of Trinidad, we journey eastward to Santiago de Cuba, a city that pulses with the fiery spirit of revolution. This is where Fidel Castro launched his revolution, where history is etched into the very walls. The air here crackles with a different energy, a sense of defiance and pride. We'll walk in the footsteps of revolutionaries at the Moncada barracks, where Castro's ill-fated attack sparked the flames of rebellion. The bullet holes still scar the walls, a stark reminder of the struggle for freedom. It's a tangible link to the past, a place where the echoes of revolution still resonate. But Santiago's story goes back even further, to the days of Spanish conquistadors and pirate raids. Towering above the city is El Morro Castle, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that has witnessed centuries of history unfold. Climb the weathered ramparts of this 16th century fortress and gaze out over the Caribbean Sea, imagining the Spanish galleons and pirate ships that once sailed these waters. The castle walls whisper tales of battles won and lost, of treasures hidden and dreams shattered. It's a hauntingly beautiful place, steeped in history and legend. Santiago de Cuba is a city of contrasts, where the spiritual and the secular collide. Visit the Santuario de la Virgen de la Caridad del Cobre, Cuba's most sacred pilgrimage site. Experience the vibrant mix of Catholicism and Afro-Cuban religions at El Cobre, where the rhythms of Santeria blend with the chants of Catholic prayers. It's a fascinating fusion of cultures and beliefs, a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the human spirit. In Santiago, the veil between the worlds feels thin, where the past is ever present. As the sun sets over Santiago de Cuba, the city comes alive with the sounds of music. Head to the Casa de la Trova, a legendary music venue housed in a crumbling colonial mansion. Let the rhythms of sun, salsa, and rumba wash over you as you sip cold Cristal beer and watch the locals dance with effortless grace. The music is in their blood, a vibrant expression of their culture and their joy. Santiago de Cuba is a city that will stay with you long after you've left its cobblestone streets behind. Leaving the revolutionary spirit of Santiago de Cuba behind, we venture westward towards the sparkling coastline of Cienfuegos, often called the Pearl of the South. This ain't your typical Cuban city. Forget crumbling colonial grandeur. Cienfuegos is all about elegant neoclassical architecture, a touch of French sophistication clinging to its wide boulevards. Founded by French settlers in the 19th century, Cienfuegos has a distinctly European feel, a refreshing change of pace from the Spanish colonial charm of Trinidad or the raw energy of Santiago. This is a city made for leisurely strolls, for sipping strong coffee in sidewalk cafes, for watching the world drift by. The heart of Cienfuegos is Parque José Martí, a sprawling plaza ringed by graceful colonial-era buildings. Palm trees sway in the gentle breeze, their fronds casting dappled shadows on the benches below. Don't miss the Arco de Triunfo, one of the few remaining arches of its kind in Cuba, a testament to the city's unique history. It's a reminder of the French influence that still lingers in the air, in the architecture, in the very soul of Cienfuegos. No trip to Cienfuegos would be complete without a leisurely stroll along its Malecón, a seafront promenade that stretches for miles along the shimmering waters of the bay. As you walk, feel the cool sea breeze on your face and listen to the rhythmic crash of the waves against the seawall. Stop for a refreshing drink at one of the many bars and restaurants that line the Malecón, and watch the sun slowly dip below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange, pink, and purple. It's the perfect way to end a day in this enchanting city. For a taste of Cienfuegos' cultural side, catch a performance at the Teatro Tomás Terry, a beautifully preserved 19th century theater that's a testament to the city's love affair with the arts. Step inside and be transported back in time to an era of elegance and grandeur. Marvel at the intricate frescoes that adorn the ceiling, the plush velvet seats, the grand stage that has hosted countless performances over the years. Let the music wash over you and feel the energy of the performers as they bring the stage to life. Our journey now takes us off the beaten path, away from the colonial charm of cities and into the heart of Cuba's raw, natural beauty. We're heading into the Escambray Mountains, a world away from the bustling cities we've left behind. Here, amidst the towering palms and emerald green ferns, lies a hidden gem, a testament to the power and beauty of the natural world. El Nicho. Now we are going to where the waterfalls whisper. As we approach El Nicho, the sound of rushing water grows louder, a symphony of nature echoing through the jungle. A cascade of waterfalls, tumbling down moss-covered rocks into crystal-clear turquoise pools. The sunlight filters through the lush canopy above, creating a kaleidoscope of light and shadow that dances across the water. Take a dip in the cool, inviting pools, feeling the spray of the falls on your skin. It's a truly magical experience, a chance to reconnect with nature and feel the stress of everyday life melt away. Get ready, because we're going to a hiker's paradise. But El Nicho is more than just a waterfall. It's part of the larger Parque El Nicho, a hiker's paradise with trails winding through lush forests, past hidden caves, and alongside sparkling streams. Lace up your boots and embark on an adventure, breathing in the fresh mountain air and marveling at the diversity of flora and fauna that call this place home. Keep an eye out for exotic birds, their colorful plumage a flash of brilliance against the green backdrop. Are you ready for a feast for the senses? As you explore Parque El Nicho, take a moment to savor the symphony of sensations that surround you. The air is alive with the sound of birdsong, the rustling of leaves, the distant roar of the falls. The scent of wildflowers mingles with the earthy aroma of damp soil, creating an intoxicating fragrance that lingers in the air. This is Cuba at its most raw, its most beautiful, a side of the island that few tourists ever get to experience. We leave the lush greenery of El Nicho and journey deeper into the heart of Cuba, towards a city forever entwined with the legend of a revolutionary icon, Santa Clara. This isn't just another stop on our Cuban adventure, it's a pilgrimage to a site where history echoes with every step. As we approach Santa Clara, you can almost feel the weight of history pressing in, the anticipation building. Get ready to delve into the story of Che Guevara, the Argentine doctor who became a Cuban revolutionary hero and whose image still adorns murals and t-shirts around the world. The Che Guevara Mausoleum Complex, a sprawling monument dedicated to Guevara and his comrades, dominates the landscape of Santa Clara. It's a place of somber reflection, where visitors from around the world come to pay their respects to the man who became a legend in his own time. Stand before the imposing bronze statue of Che, his gaze fixed on the horizon, rifle in hand. Explore the museum, filled with photographs, letters, and personal artifacts that offer a glimpse into the life and times of this complex and controversial figure. You'll leave with a deeper understanding of the man behind the myth, the revolutionary who captured the imagination of a generation. But Santa Clara is more than just a shrine to Che Guevara. It's a vibrant city with a rich history and culture all its own. Take some time to explore its bustling streets, lined with colorful colonial-era buildings and lively squares. Wander through Parque Vidal, the heart of Santa Clara, where locals gather to chat, play dominoes, and soak up the lively atmosphere. Have a coffee at one of the cafes that ring the square and watch the world go by. As you explore Santa Clara, you'll notice that the spirit of revolution is still alive and well here. Murals depicting Che and Fidel adorn buildings throughout the city, a constant reminder of the past and its impact on the present. Talk to the locals, many of whom have personal stories to share about the revolution and its aftermath. In Santa Clara, history isn't just something you read about in books, it's a living, breathing part of everyday life. Leaving the revolutionary spirit of Santa Clara behind, we venture eastward towards Baracoa, a town tucked away on Cuba's easternmost tip, where time flows as slow and sweet as the locally made coconut cucuruchos. Founded in 1511, Baracoa is Cuba's oldest Spanish settlement. Its streets whisper tales of conquistadors and pirates. Here, the air is thick with the scent of tropical flowers and the salty tang of the sea, a sensory symphony that lulls you into a slower pace of life. Baracoa is our gateway to one of Cuba's most remarkable natural treasures, Alejandro de Humboldt National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that explodes with biodiversity. Named after the famed German naturalist who explored these lands in the early 19th century, the park is a testament to the raw power and beauty of the natural world. Prepare to be awestruck as we trek through dense rainforests, our senses overwhelmed by the symphony of life that surrounds us. Towering ferns brush against our skin, their fronds dripping with moisture. Exotic birds, their plumage a riot of color, flit through the canopy above, their calls echoing through the trees. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth, decaying leaves, and the sweet aroma of wild orchids. From the lush jungles of Baracoa, we trade in shades of green for dazzling turquoise. Varadero. Even the name rolls off the tongue like a promise of sun-drenched bliss. This is Cuba's playground, a 20-kilometer stretch of pure Caribbean seduction. Here, the worries of the world melt away like sandcastles under the tide. The beaches of Varadero are the stuff of postcards, the kind of place where you can lose yourself for days in the simple pleasures of sun, sand, and the gentle rhythm of the waves. Imagine sinking your toes into powder-soft sand, so white it almost hurts to look at. The Caribbean sun warms your skin as you gaze out over the water, 1,000 shades of blue blending seamlessly into the horizon. This is paradise found. But Varadero is more than just a pretty face. Beyond those picture-perfect beaches lies a world ripe for exploration. Dive into the underwater world, where coral reefs teem with life, a kaleidoscope of colors and shapes waiting to be discovered. Swim alongside playful dolphins, marvel at the grace of stingrays gliding through the water, and keep an eye out for the flash of a barracuda's silver scales. For a different kind of adventure, explore the Varajicacos Ecological Reserve, a protected area at the peninsula's eastern tip. Here, amidst the mangroves and cacti, you might spot a Cuban iguana basking in the sun, or a hummingbird flitting between blossoms. Escape the resort bubble and venture into the heart of Varadero town, where you'll find a slice of authentic Cuban life. Wander through the local markets, where the air is thick with the scent of ripe mangoes, fresh seafood, and strong Cuban coffee. Chat with the friendly locals, their faces weathered by the sun and etched with stories. Grab a seat at a street-side cafe, sip on a cool mojito, and watch the world go by. Here, life moves at a slower pace, a refreshing change from the hustle and bustle of the resorts. This is the real Varadero, a place where you can connect with the heart and soul of Cuba. As the sun begins its descent, casting long shadows across the sand, Varadero transforms once more. The beach bars come alive with the sound of salsa music, the rhythmic beat beckoning you to move your feet. Savor a delicious meal of fresh-caught seafood, the flavors enhanced by the salty sea air. As the stars begin to twinkle overhead, watch the fire dancers twirl and spin, their movements a mesmerizing blend of grace and power. Varadero knows how to party, and you're invited to join the fun. From the sun-kissed beaches of Varadero, we head inland to Viñales, a place where time seems to move at the pace of a hand-rolled cigar. Imagine a landscape ripped from a prehistoric dream. Towering limestone formations, called mogotes, thrust skyward from the valley floor, their sides cloaked in emerald-green vegetation. The air here is thick with the scent of earth after a rain shower, mingled with the sweet aroma of tobacco leaves drying in the sun. This is tobacco country, the heartland of the Cuban cigar, where tradition is passed down through generations like a well-worn cigar cutter. We're going to step back in time to a place where life is slow, deliberate, and best savored with a fine cigar between your fingers. In Viñales, the tobacco fields are not just a source of income, they're a way of life. Generations of farmers have tilled this land, their hands calloused but skilled, coaxing the finest tobacco leaves from the rich soil. We'll visit a local farm where you can witness the entire process firsthand, from the planting of the tiny seeds to the rolling of the finished cigar. Watch as expert hands deftly select, bunch, and roll the leaves, their movements precise and practiced. The air hangs heavy with the aroma of tobacco, a rich, earthy scent that speaks of tradition and craftsmanship. Of course, no trip to Viñales would be complete without sampling the fruits of the land. Imagine sitting down to a home-cooked meal in a traditional Cuban farmhouse, the air filled with the sounds of laughter and conversation. Savor the rich flavors of ropa vieja, the tender, shredded beef, slow-cooked to perfection. Let the tangy sweetness of fresh squeezed guava juice tantalize your taste buds. And of course, no meal in Viñales is complete without lighting up a hand-rolled cigar, the smoke curling lazily towards the ceiling as you savor the moment. Viñales is more than just tobacco fields and rustic charm. Venture into the depths of the Cueva del Indio, an ancient cave system carved by an underground river. Marvel at the impressive stalactites and stalagmites that adorn the cave walls, their shapes a testament to the power of nature over time. Hike to the lookout point at the top of a mogote, where you'll be rewarded with breathtaking panoramic views of the valley below. The landscape stretches out before you, like a rumpled green carpet, the mogotes rising like ancient sentinels. Inhale the fresh air, feel the sun on your face, and let the tranquility of this timeless place wash over you. Leaving the rolling green hills of Viñales behind, we trade earth for sky, our journey taking us off the mainland and towards a speck of paradise floating in the Caribbean Sea, Cayo Largo del Sur. Imagine this, 25 kilometers of pristine white sand beaches, lapped by water so clear, you can see your toes wiggle in the sand 10 feet below the surface. The air, thick with the scent of salt and sea spray, carries the faintest whispers of palm trees swaying in the gentle breeze. This is Cayo Largo, an island where time takes a vacation, where the only agenda is pure, unadulterated relaxation. Forget museums and monuments. Forget bustling city streets and revolutionary fervor. Here, it's all about surrendering to the rhythm of the island, to the seductive lull of the Caribbean Sea. Cayo Largo is a place to reconnect with your inner beach bum, to embrace the simple pleasures of life. Imagine spending your days lounging on the softest sand you've ever felt, the sun warming your skin to a golden glow. Take a dip in the crystal clear waters, the coolness, a welcome respite from the tropical heat. Stroll hand in hand with your loved one along the seemingly endless stretch of beach, leaving footprints in the sand that will be washed away by the tide, a fleeting reminder of your time in paradise. As the sun begins its descent, casting long shadows across the sand, grab a refreshing drink and watch as the sky explodes in a kaleidoscope of colors. But Cayo Largo's beauty extends beyond its shores. Don a mask and snorkel and dive into a world teeming with life. Swim alongside schools of colorful fish. Marvel at the intricate formations of the coral reefs, and keep an eye out for the graceful glide of a sea turtle. For the more adventurous, there are plenty of opportunities for scuba diving and deep-sea fishing. Imagine reeling in a prize-worthy marlin, the sun glinting off its silvery scales as you battle it to the surface. Cayo Largo offers a chance to experience the Caribbean Sea in all its glory, from its tranquil surface to its vibrant depths. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows across the sand, Cayo Largo takes on a different kind of magic. Beach bonfires crackle, casting a warm glow on the faces of those gathered around, sharing stories and laughter. The stars, so bright they seem close enough to touch, blanket the sky, a million tiny pinpricks of light illuminating the night. Enjoy a romantic dinner for two on the beach, the sound of the waves providing a soothing soundtrack. Or, if you're feeling energetic, dance the night away under the stars at one of the island's lively bars. Cayo Largo is a place to shed your inhibitions, to embrace the moment, to create memories that will last a lifetime. And now, amigos, we arrive at our final destination, the beating heart of this island nation, Havana. A city that simmers with a life force all its own, a potent cocktail of faded grandeur, revolutionary spirit, and raw, unbridled passion. Forget your preconceptions, your images of crumbling facades and vintage cars frozen in time. Havana is a city reborn, where the past dances with the present. Wander through cobblestone streets, echoing with the ghosts of Hemingway. Be seduced by the Malecón, where lovers stroll and poets find inspiration. Havana awaits. Let's get lost in her embrace. Our journey begins in Old Havana, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that feels like a time capsule. Its cobblestone streets whispering tales of pirates and poets. Time moves slower here, inviting you to savor every moment. Wander through labyrinthine alleyways, where crumbling facades reveal past grandeur. Step inside a mansion, now a lively salsa club. Explore Plaza de Armas, the oldest square in Havana. Admire the Baroque facade of Havana Cathedral. Climb the bell tower for panoramic views of the city. But Havana is more than just a pretty face. It's a city forged in the fires of revolution. You can feel it in the air, in the defiant spirit of the people. No trip to Havana is complete without a visit to Revolution Square, dominated by the iconic images of Che Guevara and Camilo Cienfuegos. Explore the Museo de la Revolución, where you can trace the history of the Cuban Revolution. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the Malecón, Havana transforms into a city of music, dancing, and unbridled joy. The city comes alive, its soul set free in a symphony of sound and movement. Savor the authentic flavors of Cuban cuisine at a paladar. Enjoy a refreshing mojito or a Cuba Libre. Lose yourself in the rhythm of the night. Find a salsa club and let the music move you. Watch as couples glide across the dance floor, their passion palpable. Havana is a city that stays with you long after you've said adios. It's a city of contrasts, of crumbling grandeur and vibrant life, of revolutionary spirit and seductive charm. It's a city that will challenge your perceptions, ignite your senses, and leave you forever changed. Come, wander its streets, get lost in its rhythms, and discover the soul of Cuba in the heart of Havana. So there you have it, folks. A taste of Cuba, from the sun-drenched beaches to the cobblestone streets, from the echoes of revolution to the rhythm of the salsa. But this is just the beginning. Cuba's magic can't be captured in a single journey, in a handful of stories. This island seeps into your soul, leaves you wanting more. If this taste of Cuba has you wanting more travel getaways, then you know the deal. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on our next adventure. Thanks for coming along for the ride, amigos. Until next time.